You know what I'm getting sick of? People telling me how much of a good guy you are.
Oh, that's interesting because last week, if I remember rightly, I was saying what a wonderful father you are.
Yes, but because you came to my mum's funeral.
Yes, and can I just say it was a real honour.
Well, the thing about a funeral, though, I did say to my wife, because Dad didn't have a funeral.
Yeah. Because of COVID?
Because of COVID, we had a very small one.
The same, yeah.
Just with family, but it was Zoomed online. But I said with Mum, because I was so well known in the community, you'll get some people turning up that you know.
Oh yeah, I got there like right on time, but it was full when I got in. I was in the back row.
Yeah.
And do you mind me talking about the funeral?
No, go for it.
I've got to say it was an honour to be there, and I had not met your mother, but the stories about your mum, the four brothers spoke, and they spoke so well, and he painted a beautiful picture of your relationship with her, and it was a real honour to be there. And your mum, I didn't realise she had such a good sense of humour.
Oh, Joyce, yeah. Oh, yeah, she was funny.
And we saw photos, and we saw, it was good. You can't give stars for, like it's not like rating a movie, but I'm giving you 5 stars.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, because she was in a nursing home. She fell over, went to the hospital, and then, it was all over.
Her passing was peaceful and...
Well, as much as it can be.
Meaning that it wasn't too prolonged, which that's what you want.
It was only a couple of hours.
Yeah.
So I was there. So was my brother and his wife. But I had to go on last in the speaking order.
Well, that's obvious. Why?
Yeah, because I'm the funny one.
When you were. You're hilarious.
Yeah, but I'm sitting there like, oh, he did that one. I'm ticking them off in my head. No, I can't do that one.
Oh, right, because you didn't talk
No, we
about
met the night before, but then people would just seem to be improvising. Or my brothers were just like, oh, yeah, I'll just,
That's a good sign. It means that they were just speaking up. It wasn't like they were speaking off the top of their head, which is lovely.
Yeah.
But no, you were very funny. Very funny.
Well, I told Hughesy because his mum passed away recently too, and he said, "Oh God," he goes, "I spoke first. I'm an idiot. I should have gone on last." He goes, "Because then my sister got up and she was cracking gags." I'm like, "Shut up. That's my job."
And something else that was good about it was the wake
afterwards.
The wake in the next room. You gotta love that.
Yeah, handy.
I'm not big on the get in the car, drive to so and so, get a car park, go over there, and
you seem to be enjoying the food.
Well,
I look over the table. You're always there.
Well, I did.
In the quiches.
I did start to talk to a couple of ladies who were up for a bit of a chat. So I'm chatting. I'm thinking, well, I'm chatting. I might as well be.
Eat the quiche.
Well, I must have been about 4 quiche. 2 scones.
You liked them, did you?
Yeah. The food was beautiful. And the sandwiches were great. Is there anything better than wake food?
No, wake food. We chose that. I said to my brother, get the scone package. Get the scone package.
They have different packages, didn't they?
Yes, yeah. And the vicar said, don't get too much or I'll hang around.
Oh, good. He was very good, by the way.
He was great.
He was very good. I don't think there's anything better than wake food because they're all the things that you love. A little bit of hot.
Sandwiches.
Sausage rolls. And it's kind of a one-stop shop. I was about to drive down the coast. So I was making hay.
Yeah, that was your lunch.
You don't want to admit it, but, I was really tempted to take a scone in in a napkin, but I didn't.
You should have. People were excited to see you. When I was Naomi, one of my second cousins, came up, and I don't even know if you heard what she said, but she said, I know you, and you go, yes, and she goes, you're a funeral director, aren't you? And you go, yes, I am. And then she goes, I've seen your work, you're very good. And you go, thank you. And she just wanders off.
I couldnn't.
Could you hear her?
No, she was on the other side of the table. This is the conversation I was having. So I realised, because you don't want people to yell.
Well, also you're out of context. She obviously knew you from TV, but thought you were a funeral director.
But yeah, you're right. I was doing a lot of nodding yes. And so she said, you're a funeral director. And I went, yeah, I am. So I apologise. That wasn't me trying to be smart or funny.
No.
I didn't hear her properly.
No.
And I must admit, I was probably thinking about the quiches and the scones.
And you met my nephew, some of Mark's. Some of them are smart asses because they're all teenagers. And
what happened there?
Rory, the big guy, he's like in his 20s. Goes, where do we know each other? And you said we were in prison together. Remember?
Oh, that's my standard answer. Was that inappropriate?
No, the kids were cracking up.
Oh, well, they weren't. They didn't laugh when I said it. Maybe they were cracking up later on.
They told me in the car they thought it was hilarious.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good because I just did I did it with a tumble turn and left because I was on my way out and I went up to speak to Jasper. Was it Jasper?
That's my oldest son.
Yeah, and I had because I wanted to make sure I spoke to all the brothers and all the kids, and because I'm a great guy, has that?
You're a good guy, you know.
And I met few other people on the way and had a lovely time, and well, as much as you can have a lovely time
At a funeral.
It's
It's a celebration.
It's a celebration of a life.
Joyce,
of a life,
exactly.
You know.
Well, she was a great mum, great woman, and Tobin Brothers are ringing for you. You can get a job there.
Well, you know, I do probably have that demeanour, a disarming demeanour.
Yeah, you'd be good.
Yeah.
The guy works at the fruit shop down the road. He left the fruit shop, and he now works for a funeral parlour and said it's a really good job. Good job, apparently. Except sometimes he gets a call in the middle of the night and he's got to go pick up a body.
Yeah, well, that's your job, isn't it? It's the middle of the night.
Pick up a body.
Pick up and so that's not the good part.
No.
And you'd have a fridge back in the thing, would you?
Yeah, you got to take it back. Oh, you're leaving the car overnight. I don't know. How it works. Well, here comes the music.
Welcome to Somehow Related. Now, please welcome your hosts Glenn Robbins and Dave O'Neill.
Anyway, here we are, somehow related. And we get two topics, and we've got to work out how they're related.
Yeah, and we enjoy doing it, and hope we get to keep on doing it.
Oh, who's stopping you?
Well,
No one's stopping
things
us.
are happening in the background as we speak.
Anything can the pub could close down.
in the world. Of
the world of podcasts,
yeah,
right.
You know.
I was reading this great book on writing, and the guy who wrote, what did he write? Oh, Life on Mars. You've seen that TV show? It's good. Anyway,
No, I haven't.
He wrote Hustle, all these British shows, and he said when people go, I want to be a writer, and he always goes, well, what's stopping you? Are they selling your pens? It's a great answer, isn't it? I want to be a writer. Oh, really? Well, who's stopping you?
Yeah, it's like my mum's friend. What did she say? She said, I want to go back to university and do a feces.
You have to go to uni to do one of them.
I think you mean thesis.
I think thesis.
Not a feces. I think that's third year.
That's great. Not first year, number 2 year. Classic. So, what are the topics, Sam? We've got to work out how they're related. What are they?
Aircraft in Australia and Harry Houdini.
Oh, wow.
I know Houdini. Do you know who?
Oh,
do you know who Houdini is?
Harry Houdini.
Harry. Is it Harry?
That's not his real name, obviously.
How do you know that?
No, I love Houdini. I've read all about him. I saw the movie.
What movie?
There's a Houdini movie.
Is there?
Yeah.
Well, out recent, a Marvel movie.
No, years ago. And yeah, well, it is Iron Man. I'm pretty sure Iron Man plays the main role.
He was a magician.
Robert Downey Jr.
In the late 1800s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
but
he was the guy. He's the guy who was the first one to do a lot of the big tricks.
Yeah, he became a phenomenon though. He was like a rock star of the day. He was like David Copperfield.
Did they have like YouTube back then? Probably not. Probably not.
Barely had. They didn't have no TV. There was nothing. But he just travelled the world.
And people do it a bit now, where they go, "I'm going to do this thing at this place. I'm going to get put into a cage, lowered into the river."
Who was that British guy that was doing all that for a while? Wasn't there a British guy doing all that? Yeah, having a noble moment. But
was it Dynamo? No.
That was one of them.
Who are the big ones? Copperfield, Penn and Teller.
Yeah, they're great.
Constantino
from Australia. He's great, yeah. But anyway, Houdini started off as a magician and did card tricks and stuff, but he wasn't that good apparently, so he started doing escape stuff.
Yeah, so a lot of stuff in a tank with chains and handcuffs and padlocks and keys and all that sort of stuff. Buried underground, I think.
And he toured.
Did he ever come to Australia?
Yeah, he toured Australia. That's where the connection would be, I assume, because it's Australian.
He's done something.
Yeah, he toured Australia for sure.
I remember. Now, why do I know this? Didn't he do a trick where he said, anyone can punch me as hard as they like in the stomach?
Yeah.
Is that it? You've read the book?
That's how he died.
Oh, really?
He got appendicitis.
Was it what came first, the punch or the appendicitis?
I don't know.
You reckon they
don't know. So what happened? He was sitting down after a show, before a show, on a couch in the dressing room, and some guy came in, I don't know, some dude, a fan or
had heard that he could do this trick?
Yeah, and said, can I punch you in the stomach? And he said, Oh, I'm sitting down.
I'd rather just do an autograph.
So he stayed sitting as this guy punched him in the stomach. They don't know whether he got appendicitis. It was, ruptured by that punch, or it inflamed it or something. But he went on and did several shows and then got a fever of really high and then basically went to hospital and died.
Because if you went to
he was young too.
If you went to his funeral, everyone would be going, he's going to
get out.
He's going to jump out of the box in a minute.
This is a trick.
It's a trick. It's a trick.
It's a trick.
Yeah, it's not real.
So they don't know whether, and they thought maybe that he thought he was just feeling sick because of the punches, not because of the appendicitis. So he sort of went, I'm fine, I'll get better. It's just a punch, but.
And I was
really sad.
Really sad. How old would he have been?
Maybe 50 or 40, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't think he was that old.
If you're asking people to punch you in the stomach, you are asking for trouble, aren't you?
It's not good.
Yeah.
He would occasionally, he would tour his circuses. He would step in as a strongman and stuff too, because he was, he was one of those guys that could do a bit of everything, you know what I mean?
You see that thing online sometimes, they do face slapping, where the people slap each other in the face really hard. I don't like that.
No.
It's too disturbing to watch. Or people do arm wrestling and break each other's arms.
Lawrence Mooney went through a stage out at comedy festivals and that, slapping people. You had this thing where he would say, I'm going to slap you. I think it was because of that. Nick Capper, who's been on this podcast, walked in to the drinks or whatever, and Mooney goes, this will be funny, went up and slapped him. And because Capper's a country boy, just punched him in the head straight away.
Well, you would. That's fair. That's a fair response.
It's a fair response.
Absolutely. I mean, in a court of law, that is self-defense.
Actually, Lawrence Mooney's a bit Harry Houdini, I reckon. He could easily do that stuff.
What do you mean?
That's sort of getting out of things and escaping, and he's got a bit of a Houdini vibe, don't you reckon?
Oh, yeah.
Bit of a showman, kind of.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, absolutely. He would have done theatres. Or did he
was
only
vaudeville.
do the public ones?
He was vaudeville, yeah, absolutely.
Because I've seen guys have done things in public spaces where they're...
I think he did something in the Yarra. He did something in Sydney. They had a competition. People could enter a competition to suggest what to do to him.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So in the Daily Telegraph or whatever up in Sydney, they had a competition where people wrote in and suggested stuff, and they picked the best one, and then he had to do it. Imagine that. You're relying on the readers of the newspaper to come up with what's going to happen to you.
It does sort of smell of set up.
Oh, you reckon that's rigged?
Well,
we've got one that says you're going to go in a chest with in the Sydney Harbour. Yeah. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, let's do that one. Yeah, but having said that, he's still doing it.
Well, how did he do his tricks though? Do you know?
Well, I know some of the Copperfield ones. We talked about them on the podcast.
Oh yeah, but you know how he was very good at picking locks, and so he would have a paperclip in his hand and pick the locks.
He'd hide a paperclip in his hand.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Still,
you're underwater. Yeah, and it's the Yarra, and it's filthy and it's brown, and you manage to pick a lock. So
it's impressive.
That's talent.
It's impressive.
Yeah,
no matter what he's doing,
whatever you're doing, it's impressive.
I think Houdini. Yeah, he was one of a kind. He was Jewish Houdini.
Was he?
Oh, I think so. Yeah, because that's not his real name.
Do you know what his real name was?
No.
And Houdini doesn't mean anything, does it?
No, I think he just picked it. It was modelled on an old magician, maybe, that he looked up to, maybe, like Houdin or someone.
And then, and now you just need to say Houdini, and people know,
get it.
Who do you think you are, Houdini?
Yeah, exactly. You're going to get out of this, are you, Houdini?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I dare say the current generation probably don't know that, though.
No.
They would go, who do you think you are, Dynamo? Who do you think you are? Penn and Teller? Penn and Teller do a thing where they... Have you seen that guy that we've talked about it before, I think, where they show you how the magic's done?
Yeah.
That guy is in a mask.
Yes.
And it's kind of...
Magic tricks revealed.
Yeah. After the break.
I'll find out how to cut a woman in half.
And Penn and Teller do a thing where they show you the trick, and in showing you the trick, they do a trick. So it's kind of like trick on trick.
But they also do that great show where the magician's got to fool them.
Yeah, you fooled us. Or,
yeah. I love
I don't mind that show.
Yeah, it's good. They're good.
I don't know what else we can say about
let's
magician, 1800s, dead, punch in the stomach.
What a life. Aircraft in Australia. When was the last time you were on a plane?
I was only thinking about this because I'm looking to buy a new bag. A new travel bag.
Jesus.
What are you changing?
How old are you?
Hang on.
You going to get a personal effects bag too? Or?
What? No. But, okay. What? You travel all the time.
I do.
Get on airplanes. Are you
not a wheelie person.
Why not?
Just can't be bothered.
No, either can I. Either can
I went
I.
over the shoulder.
Because I think we talked about it once when
We did when I was packed.
Because going around a corner with a wheelie thing, it's hard.
There was a photo of me in the Daily Mail with my shoulder over my bag, like I'm doing a bank robbery, and next to me, this is why we were in the Daily Mail, it was Tommy Little and Carrie Bickmore. And I think you might have pointed out, those bags didn't really need wheels.
No.
They're tiny.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see people...
It's contradictory.
Why have you got wheels on a bag so tiny?
It's ridiculous. So I'm like you. I'm a shoulder guy.
Yeah, I'm over the shoulder. Because we're not walking big distances.
No.
You're going from the airport to a taxi to a hotel. You're not hiking through
And
the
I like to
Pyrenees.
stay under so I can just do carry on.
Oh, yeah, you got to carry on.
And you know what the literage is of your bag? Because I've been looking into this.
Oh, no, I don't.
Yeah, I looked into it. And I went online and I bought a 35 litre. You would think a 35 litre would be not big enough. I've gone, now I'm getting, and it's arriving. I've just got a text. It's arriving today, 45 litre.
Wow.
Cost me a fortune.
Oh, there's nothing worse when you get to check in, normally on Jetstar, and they're weighing the bags. They're weighing the carry-on.
I know. And
you start to
what
shit
is it
yourself.
now? 7 kilo?
Oh,
I think
no. And I said to the woman, wait, she goes, yeah, we had a woman today, a 20-kilo bag.
Yeah, and the thing is, you just pay extra. They'll take you over, and they make you put it underneath.
Underneath, generally.
Really? So that means you slow the flight down. You slow everything down because of you.
Yeah, you're annoying.
And then they used to have those things. If your bag doesn't fit into this silver ring, you can't bring it on. I've been using a bag, I reckon, for 20 years. That's why I need a new one that never fitted in. But I still keep on getting on.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm with you. I like her over the shoulder, and it fits. It's snug. It leans against me. I'm ready for action. I can get through the crowd. With the
just get out of there.
Get
in and out.
Yeah, throw it on the back seat. You don't have to go crack.
And you're one of those annoying guys. As soon as the plane lands, you jump up, seatbelt signs. And you run to the front of the plane.
I push people out of the way. I push, especially old ladies. I say, you're not getting up. I'm coming
Get out of the way. I'm really important.
I'm important. Yes, I've got to go and do something really important.
But you're not at that stage where you're sitting on the plane waiting for everyone to get off, are you?
Yeah,
you're not at that stage.
Oh, no, we haven't got past.
Stage. Yeah, no, the old person stage.
No, that's not a good look.
I know.
Good on them, though, because they do slow the removaling down.
Last time I got a plane, I did some gigs with Brad Oakes up in... I met a lot of fans of the show. Yeah, we talked about it. Newcastle.
Yep.
Great place. Got the plane from Newcastle to Tullamarine.
Yep.
Oakesy sends me a message. Can you push me in a wheelchair? I'm like, I suppose, because he'd been sick in hospital.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but he's okay now. And then the next message comes back. We have to wait till everyone clears the plane.
Oh, yeah.
So I was that old person just sitting there waiting for everyone to get off.
Yeah.
And then we get off and we go down to the tarmac, and the Jetstar woman, they were lovely too, pushes the wheelchair, and then she goes, do you want me to push him? I went, no, I'll be right. Oh, my God. I don't know if you've landed at Jetstar. We were in the furthest terminal away.
Oh, I know. It's a real workout, isn't it?
Yeah, they've designed the Melbourne airport. So my theory is, because a lot of fat people fly Jetstar, they're trying to make us lose weight.
Yep, that'd be it.
Yeah. And so we had to go from the end of Jetstar to the short-term car park. Man, nearly killed me.
I know. Every time I go to Queensland, it's always the same thing.
No, but I'm pushing him in a wheelchair.
Oh, of course you are. I know.
And he's like over 100 kilos.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah. So what are you two coming in together at? I don't want to sort of get into the detail of it, but...
it was like Ironside. Remember he was in a wheelchair, the detective?
Have you... when someone's in a wheelchair...
He kept saying the tyres are flat. I'm like, mate, maybe they are, but this is hard going.
My mother, we had to put her on took her up to Queensland because, with the stairs...
Yeah.
So if you land at a place like Brisbane, you can just walk straight out.
Yeah, Brisbane's fantastic.
But if you land and you're in a wheelchair in Queensland, they have this forklift thing that comes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so that the old people can stay in, don't have to go down the stairs.
Yeah.
And they go,
Well, when I was pushing him, we got to about the 20-minute mark, and then one of those electric wheelchairs just comes flying past with some Jetstar people, and it's like, hey, stop.
Because I like the golf carts when they drive past.
Yeah.
My dad used to say, how do I get on one of those?
Oh, you can.
You just have to book them in.
Yeah, you can, absolutely.
Yeah. So, Australian Airlines, when I think of early Australian Airlines, I think of the Flying Doctors.
Oh, yeah.
The TV show.
Yes, I know. TAA,
Ansett, TAA.
Remember Compass Airlines?
Yeah, I do. They didn't. I remember Compass. Remember the first day they walked in to the airport, the other airlines booed at them. It's like, what is your problem?
That's a bit sad, isn't it?
Boo, boo.
That's like when I worked on Full Frontal and we were hiring the ABC studios and we turned up on the first day and I said to the woman at the front desk, we're here for Full Frontal. She goes, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, thanks, ABC.
Oh, that'd be right.
That'd be right.
So
that's no good. What else was there? Compass, Ansett, Qantas. Oh, now there's Bonza.
Oh, yeah.
Bonza.
What's that?
I think they're out of... My brother flies them because they fly to Toowoomba. Yeah. I think they're all right.
Queensland.
Tiger. I think Tiger's around anymore.
Oh, no, they all sort of come and go a bit, don't they?
Jetstar.
They do, it feels like they're getting on a bus with that. I would imagine.
Jetstar, Tiger. You know, we flew back from Newcastle on Jetstar and it was fantastic. No complaints. When it goes well, it goes well. But you know why Jetstar and to a lesser extent Virgin cancel and stuff? You know why?
Right.
Because Qantas pay more for priority at the airport.
Well, of course they do.
Yeah. And so they're like further down the chain of. You know,
what does Qantas stand for?
Queensland
and Northern
States
Territory
Airline.
Yes, well done. I was up at Noosa the other day, and remember Bob Ansett?
Yeah, I remember.
He's the son of the great Reg Ansett, who set up Ansett, and then which went under. And I said hello to him. He wasn't very friendly.
How old is he now?
Oh, he must be
80?
He must be late 80s.
Wow.
But he still swims up and down the beach with his dogs. Parks out at the front of our apartment. I sort of give it a dirty look as he parks there. Said,
how's the airline going? Oh, that's right.
He was with he said a budget car hire.
Oh, that's still going.
Is it still going?
Budget?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Ansett, they went under, and then Australian Airlines came, didn't they? After Ansett?
No.
Was there a thing called Australian Airlines?
Virgin, I suppose. Australian Airlines is TAA, isn't it?
Oh, that's right.
That was before.
And what's TAA?
I don't know.
Something Australian.
I mean, I think the air hostess, it's a tough job, I reckon, dealing with the public like they have to deal with, because there's some idiots on airplanes.
People who get quite righteous.
Stupid.
Yeah. How dare
arguing.
You? I'm not going to. Yeah, and people. And
well, as said, an air hostess wrote a letter in the paper and said those people used to get the bus. And now they're getting the airplane. Because remember in our day, if you want to go to Sydney, you had to get the Firefly bus.
Yeah.
Because it was $60. Airlines were really expensive in the 80s
Southern
and the 70s.
Aurora was the big one. My mum used to go to Sydney on the Southern. I went to Sydney on the Southern Aurora.
That's a train, isn't it? Yeah. I remember that.
You left at about, I don't know, 6 o'clock or something, and then you arrived in the heart of Sydney.
At 8 a.m.
8 a.m. Yep. And
remember that.
You know. So what are the most annoying things you can do on an aeroplane? What are the annoying things?
Put your seat back.
Yeah, that's annoying.
My
rule is no leaning back on domestic.
No.
Lean back on international.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but not on the domestic. That's not on. Seat kicking?
Seat kicking, but that's often a child. So they're sort of like...
Yeah. Loud talking?
What about kids watching Bluey without their headphones on?
Yeah.
He can't wear headphones.
He's sensitive to the overexertion through his ears.
Often when it's a packed flight, they'll often put me next to another fat guy, and I always say to him, this would be right.
Do you fight over the armrest?
Don't put us next to the Instagram models. Just put the two fat guys together. Yeah, fight over the armrest.
Oh, what else?
I try and be well behaved on planes.
As opposed to?
Well, cutting loose.
It's not in your nature to cut loose.
Complaining and stuff.
Have you ever complained on a flight?
No, I don't think so.
I never have either.
No. And I've been on some shockers too, but, what can you do? I was next to a guy whose baby was just screaming.
And you feel for
them. And I said to the guy, the poor guy, I said, do you want me to I'll hold your baby.
Oh, you're a good guy.
So that's why That's why I'm the father of the year. I held his baby when I went to the toilet, and the kid was obviously the air pressure and all that. But I've been there with kids, so I just go... people complain about crying babies. Well,
there's nothing you can do. You just, having said that, when you see the baby coming on,
yes,
and you're going, keep going down the back, keep going down the back,
the toilets,
keep on going,
especially on an international flight. When we went overseas, when Jasper, who's now 20, was 18 months, and don't take an 18-month-old because they can talk, they can walk, but you can't really reason with them. And he kept running up the stairs to first class. And I reckon the first 5 times the hostie laughed up the top of the stairs, and then about the 10th time she's like, get the kid.
You can get a good seat though, because you can get a bassinet.
Oh yeah, that's a good seat. You're right.
Yeah,
the exit row.
Yeah, and they can fold that forward, and they're the baby. How good is it for a baby on a flight?
I know.
And you're in a bassinet.
Yeah.
How good is that? Jeez.
How often
Fair.
do you fly? One of the few times I've flown business class, I was with you. We went to Perth to do some gig, and you wrangled business class flights for us. Remember that?
Did I?
Yeah,
She's
it was
a good
good.
guy. Oh God, you hold babies. I get my mates upgraded. I probably did on my points.
No, I think the company paid for it. Whoever was bringing us out for some gig. It was at a yacht club. The posh people.
Oh, that's right. They were.
Remember we turned up and the guy, the Commodore or whatever, met us and said, "Glenn, so great to see you, champagne on arrival." Then he looked at me and he said, "Your driver can have a soda water," and sort of tried to push me over. And I went, "No, I'm a comedian."
Really? Is that what it? No, did he really?
did. He said,
you were the driver.
"Your driver can have a soda water."
Yeah, it was at a yacht club, and
Yeah, they were posh.
yeah, was that with Pete Rosewine?
He organised it.
That's right, but he couldn't do it that year.
couldn't
I'd done
do
it
it.
before.
Yeah, we did it.
It was a good gig.
Yeah,
I didn't
absolutely.
mind it. Yeah, we went down to Bunker Bay after that.
You did. I didn't. I went home. Yeah.
That's right, because you had more drive jobs on.
No driving.
So Australian Air, what year did Australia start flying? Were we behind the ball game? Were we
Yes.
ahead of the ball game? Was there anyone?
I've been reading this great book about, I don't know, it's just a book you read down the beach house, and it's about the year 1927 when all those flights started with, in
Was it
America.
around 27, was it?
Yeah. That when they all started experimenting with flight, when they flew from, Lindenberg, flew from...
Earhart. Amelia.
Earhart.
Where did she fly? What was her famous flight?
around the world, I think it was.
Oh,
Across the Pacific, wasn't
pretty
it?
impressive.
Lindenberg was Paris to New York.
Right.
Yeah. And people were competing for that role, but the planes were very rudimentary. They were not, like they are now.
Who were the guys? Wright brothers.
Wright brothers, yeah.
Yeah, and then what happened after that?
Well, they just kept working on it. What happened was World War One, and so World War One propelled a bit of invention and stuff because they used planes in World War One, biplanes and stuff.
Imagine going to war in a biplane where you're not protected like that. I mean, the heroes that those
Crazy.
men were.
Well, initially planes were just used for observation, but then they started bombing and stuff.
Have you seen World War II in colour?
No, not
The
yet.
new one on Netflix?
Not yet.
Very good. You know
Okay.
why it's good? Because it gives you it's just not just random. It takes you through the whole Second World War.
It's in colour.
Yeah, it's in colour, and you get to see Hitler's Hugo Boss outfits
Oh,
in the proper colours that they were.
oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
I'll have to watch it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, should we have some thinking music?
Yes.
What can we do?
We could have an TAA ad
Yeah.
or we could. I've been to cities that never
and I still
closed
call
down.
Australia.
New York. Get on with it.
Who wrote that song?
Don't tell me. But so and so's brother, Shirley MacLaine's brother.
What?
Who did write it?
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's
Oh,
one of the...
you've come out
Hang
swinging.
on, I've come out swinging. One of the Seekers, I think, wrote it.
Really?
Still Call Australia Home, isn't it?
Oh, who's the guy who's the maraca guy? Who's
Oh, you're
that?
thinking of Peter Allen.
Didn't he? So he used to sing it.
Oh, did he? Yeah, he did. Oh, God. Anyway,
you're
let's
trying to think of.
let's just keep moving. Maybe it's a
let's
different
just move
song.
on. Okay, we've got Peter Allen. He used to sing it and then get up and do his maracas.
Well, what thinking music can we have? An old ad?
We don't. There's nothing from. Could we have
Why don't we
a?
have a make-believe? Harry Houdini. I want to play Harry Houdini.
All right.
He'd have an accent, wouldn't he? He'd have that vaudeville
Yeah. All right.
kind of, I'm pretending to be foreign when I'm not kind of
Yep.
accent.
Yep. And what's he doing? He's doing a trick. He's doing a
Well,
brand new
imagine
trick.
if Harry Houdini was alive today, how would those tricks go over? If he turned up to Melbourne to do the Yarra.
If he was live today and he was doing like, where would he do? He'd
Well,
do.
the Yarra, you go to the bridge.
Oh, he'd do something. The Yarra, of course.
Or if you're in Sydney, the harbour or something like that. But if we're in Melbourne, so he'd go to the Yarra, at the bridge there. And I'm going to, and I reckon people would be a bit, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. But
All right. Hello, my name is Harry Houdini. And I am here at the Yarra on the bridge. And what I am going to do, I'm going to lower myself in a cage in the Yarra.
Okay, Harry. How are you, mate? Yeah, really excited. What are you going to do? You're
I'm going to lower myself into the Yarra.
Yeah, I just want to say, don't do that. River, very dirty. So probably best if you don't.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to get my cage and I am going to escape. I'm going to be chained and have handcuffs.
Yeah, we've seen that on YouTube. You might do something.
All right. Well, I'm going to tie myself to that pole and in handcuffs and chains.
Copperfield last tour did that.
Well, I'm going to lie on the tram track, and before the tram, I will be tied.
Yeah, Penn and Teller. Yeah.
Well, what do you want me to do?
Oh, look, maybe could you do something we've never seen before?
All right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my legs behind my ears.
You sure this has never been seen before? Because if it's seen before, I'm going to be really disappointed.
Never. Stand back, everyone. Stand back. Except I need a man or a woman with a cigarette lighter.
Oh, hang on. I got one in my back pocket.
All right, sir.
What do you want me to? I'll light the cigarette.
I am now lying on the chair with my legs akimbo. Please place the cigarette
What? Where?
just near my backside.
Where? There?
And on 3, do not light yet.
Okay.
On 3, I want you to light it, and I will produce the most amazing trick. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Voila! Blue flame clock's on fire. There's a blue flame that has lit up Melbourne. I have never seen that. No wonder they call you Houdini.
I am Harry Houdini. Thank you very much.
Oh,
Yeah, it smells
wow.
a bit.
My eyebrows are a bit singed.
Wow, there we go.
Harry Houdini
What
came
a
back from the dead and
weird
lit a
accent.
fart on the Yarra River.
What is your answer, Glenn?
Oh, I'm going to say that Australia, I think, I'm going to say that he was one of the first passengers on one of the first airlines, given that he flew out. He was on the first flight to fly to Australia.
Wow. Yeah, well, we must have got out here some. But you know what? I think he was a bit of an amateur aviator. So maybe he had something to do with flying a plane in Australia or something.
Did he like flying planes? Did he do any aeroplane tricks?
Oh, I think he might have. What is the answer, Sam?
In 1909, Houdini became fascinated with aviation and purchased a 60-horsepower French voice and biplane for $5,000. On March 18, 1910, Houdini, surrounded by onlookers, carried out 3 flights in his biplane at Diggers Rest, Victoria. These were certified and acknowledged as the first powered flights over Australian soil. Houdini apparently made 18 flights in Australia and then had his biplane shipped back to Britain.
Wow. So,
Houdini.
You have been listening to Somehow Related with Glenn Robbins and Dave O'Neill.
I don't understand. Did he come here for that reason? Was he already here?
He was touring and he brought his plane with him, I think the story is.
How do you bring it?
I don't know, how do you bring your plane? He might have come on a boat, maybe. But that was his own plane, because I know, like I said, he was an amateur aviator. He loved planes. So
had he flown it overseas before?
yeah, probably, yeah.
Oh, I see. Now I get it. So he's got a plane. He's come to Australia.
Like you bring your golf clubs to gigs. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like you're
yeah.
going to New Zealand, you bring your golf clubs.
So he brought his plane.
What is plane?
To show off or to try something?
Probably to show off.
To show off, probably.
Yeah.
Hey, have you heard about this new plane thing?
Had his wife with him. You know, oh, look at me. Imagine being Harry Houdini on his airline.
But that is really impressive. And so did we then go, you know what? I think we should start up our own Australian Airlines. Wonder why there isn't Houdini Airlines.
Yeah, I know, because he was obviously because he died, but
because that would be a good name for it. How's it
Houdini
going?
Airlines,
Yeah.
get out of anything.
Yeah.
Imagine him doing the in-flight announcement. Hello, welcome to.
Yeah, I'm lucky if we are going to do a magic trick now. I'm going to try to land the plane without hurting anybody. But so that's interesting because you can't. Back then, you couldn't have gone to pilot school.
No, it was all just. They were just. Some of them came from. They sort of had a small air force in America. Some would join that, but a lot of them were taught themselves. They just taught themselves. So I've got another pilot to teach them how to do it. Yeah, it's interesting.
It's like you hear of some people these days learning how to fly a helicopter.
Oh yeah, I know.
Is
Tommy Little, the comedian, he's got his pilot's license.
He's got his pilot's license.
Yeah.
So if he was to turn up to a gig in a chopper, it'd be reasonable.
Well, not a plane, not a chopper.
Oh, what's it? Sorry, it's not. It's airplane license.
He's got his airplane license. Yeah.
Oh, because I thought it was chopper.
No, it's definitely airplanes. He might have got into. Surely choppers is a different thing again.
So maybe he could start flying airplanes for a job.
Yeah.
I'll tell you about the time a friend of mine was on a flight, and it was back during COVID when they had, or the end of COVID, when they had trouble getting pilots back. And there was a bloke on the pilot sitting next to her, and they said, Tony, the other pilot hasn't turned up. Do you mind? And he got up and went up and flew the plane.
Really?
Yeah.
It's incredible, isn't it?
The other guy hadn't turned up, and he goes, oh, all right.
Oh, God.
I was going to go on holidays, yeah. What do you want me to do? Just that would feel pretty good.
Hope you got a refund on the flight.
Well, you'd want to. You know, it'd be, above and beyond the Call of Duty.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Good on him. Good on pilots.
Good on pilots for all the wonderful work they do, and good on all the airlines. And I think you were asking me earlier about have I been on a flight of late. I don't fly anywhere near as much as I used to.
No, yeah.
I used to be a member of Are you a member of the Qantas Club?
Yeah, I am.
Oh!
I got the gold card, but my brother's got one for life. He flew so much. My older brother, Trev.
For life?
He's got a life gold pass to the Qantas Club. I don't go to the Qantas Club that much. What
do you do it for then? So you get in the short line. That's what I do.
Yeah, I like the short line.
I like a short line.
Short line's good.
Yeah.
But also, who wants to go make a sandwich next to a CEO? You're going to make your own toasted sandwich.
So you reckon it brings us all down to one? I love standing next to the toaster that pops that slides it out, and then and then sort of going, is that you're an executive with a bank, obviously, and I think that's my bit of toast you've just taken there.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Yeah.
You're running the Commonwealth Bank. You're stealing my sandwich.
And I don't, because as I said before, I don't like when my bread goes in. Wait till my bread has started the conveyor belt before you put your bread in. I don't want your bread touching my bread. I want a little about an inch space.
I love that story when you went to the Qantas Club and you made a toasted sandwich and an old lady came and picked it up and said, thank you, and just thought you were working there. Man, you're so busy. You're like a funeral director.
I'm a funeral director. I'm making sandwiches for people. And I saw on the news today, this was big, I thought of you, that they've taken ham off the canteen menu in schools.
Oh, why?
Because ham is processed meat and it's bad for you. And I think we may well have said that on this podcast a few weeks ago, that if you turn up and want to have your standard issue, toasted ham and cheese, throw a bit of hot tomato in there, can't do it anymore. Now you got to go for some grated carrot with some celery and wrapped up in a bit of lettuce.
Do you want to start the campaign? Hands off her ham.
Hands
off ham.
Well, imagine that. You go to the canteen and you go, where do you go? You go, I got just a cheese sandwich. Come around the back. You got a bit of black ham. You want some ham?
You want some grandmother?
You want some champagne?
Off the boat?
You want off the boat? What's off the boat? Okay. Yeah. Here's a couple of hand steaks. It's okay to your mum. Oh, wow. Thanks.